Have you ever been scrolling online, found the perfect thing, but your wallet just wasn't cooperating at that exact moment? You're not alone. We've all been there. It's frustrating to have to wait, especially when it's something you really need or want. That's where buy now, pay later services like Sezzle come in. They offer a tempting solution: get what you want now and spread the payments out over time. But like anything that sounds too good to be true, there are always catches. So, the big question is, can anyone use Sezzle? What are the actual eligibility requirements? That's exactly what we're breaking down in this video. Before we dive into the specifics, let's quickly recap what Sezzle is. It's a buy now, pay later service that allows you to split your online and in-store purchases into 4 interest-free installments, typically paid every 2 weeks. This can be incredibly helpful for budgeting and managing your finances, especially for larger purchases. However, it's crucial to understand that it's not free money. You are entering into an agreement to pay back the full amount, and missed payments can have consequences. Now, let's get to the heart of the matter. Who can actually use Sezzle? While Sezzle doesn't publish a detailed list of every single requirement, we can piece together the key eligibility factors based on their terms of service and general industry practices. First and foremost, you must be of legal age to enter into a contract. In most countries, this is 18 years old. This is a non-negotiable requirement for any financial agreement. If you're not of legal age, you won't be able to use Sezzle. Secondly, you'll need a valid phone number and email address. These are essential for communication and account management. Sezzle will use these to send you payment reminders, updates about your account, and other important information. Make sure you have access to both and keep them up to date. Next, you need a verifiable identity. Sezzle needs to confirm that you are who you say you are. This typically involves providing your full legal name, date of birth, and potentially other identifying information. This is a standard security measure to prevent fraud and ensure that only legitimate users can access the service. A crucial requirement for using Sezzle and any buy now, pay later service is a valid payment method. This usually means a debit card, credit card, or bank account. Sezzle needs a way to collect your installment payments, so having a linked payment method is absolutely essential. Prepaid cards might not always be accepted, so it's best to check Sezzle's specific policies on this. Now, here's where things get a bit more nuanced: your credit history. While Sezzle doesn't perform a hard credit check like when you apply for a loan or credit card, they do conduct what's known as a soft credit check. This means they'll look at a limited version of your credit report to assess your creditworthiness. They're looking for things like your payment history, outstanding debts, and overall financial responsibility. A good credit history can increase your chances of approval and potentially grant you higher spending limits. Conversely, a poor credit history might result in lower spending limits or even denial. It's important to understand that Sezzle's approval process is automated and uses algorithms to assess risk. This means multiple factors are taken into account, not just your credit score. Things like your spending habits, the value of the purchase you're trying to make, and your repayment history with other services can all play a role. Another important factor to consider is your location. Sezzle is currently available in the United States and Canada. If you reside in another country, you won't be able to use their services. It's always a good idea to check Sezzle's website for the most up-to-date information on their service areas. Now, let's talk about some common misconceptions. Many people believe that because Sezzle doesn't do a hard credit check, it won't affect their credit score at all. This isn't entirely true. While using Sezzle responsibly and making your payments on time won't directly improve your credit score in the same way as making on-time credit card payments, missed payments can absolutely have a negative impact. If you fail to make your Sezzle payments, they may report this to credit bureaus, which can then lower your credit score. So, it's crucial to treat your Sezzle payments with the same seriousness as any other financial obligation. Another common misconception is that Sezzle is only for small purchases. While it's often used for smaller items, there's actually no strict minimum or maximum purchase amount. However, your spending limit will depend on various factors, including your creditworthiness and payment history with Sezzle. As you build a positive payment history with Sezzle, your spending limit may increase over time. So, to summarize the key eligibility requirements for Sezzle, You must be of legal age, have a valid phone number and email address, a verifiable identity, a valid payment method, and reside in a supported country. While a good credit history can increase your chances of approval and potentially grant you higher spending limits, it's not the only factor considered. Sezzle uses an automated system that takes multiple factors into account when making approval decisions. It's also important to remember responsible usage. By now, pay later services like Sezzle can be incredibly helpful for managing your finances, but they should be used responsibly. Before making a purchase, always ensure you can comfortably afford the installment payments. Missing payments can lead to late fees, negative impacts on your credit score, and even debt collection efforts. If you're considering using Sezzle, we recommend visiting their website to review their terms of service and privacy policy. This will give you a complete understanding of their policies and procedures. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.